Hey everyone, this is Sarabjit. I'm doing a resume review and audit to make sure that your resumes stand out when you're sharing them and applying for jobs. This is specifically for a business analyst role. So here I am going through, provide some feedback to make sure that your resume is standing out and making the rounds and ranking on the top of the positions that need to be ranked. So here, this is what I call your summary view of your career. This is from a first person standpoint, right? I am a solution driven business analyst. I don't, these summary areas should not be from a first person view. It should be from the third person views. So I like to see things like senior business analyst with experience in leading cross-functional teams, specialize. So again, no I, right? Specialize in guiding projects from initiation to implementation, leveraging process innovations to achieve company objectives effectively. Strengths lie in analysis, analyzing business needs and devising alternate solutions for moderate to complex challenges. I would say excellent communicator, excel in establishing um, then I would leave it to that. I'm well versed with traditional. So the goal of this overall, the summary area is to not make it too extensive. Um, it's just to like provide some a snippet of your experience. So that way, you stand out. Experience in producing, managing business systems, implementations through software development lifecycle. Over here, what I like to see is you listing out your professional certification. So I like this, but then I also want to see a date because that creates credibility, right? So you could have here XXXX or XX to identify when you receive the certification. I need to work on the formatting here a little bit. And then all right, professional experience here. It's critical that you list things out. So not only do things have to make grammatical sense, they need to look organized and be stacked in a way that makes it accessible for the team, for the reviewer, for wherever you're applying to review this and make sure that they can understand what projects you worked on and what kind of experience you have. Right off the bat, I don't see any bullet points. You usually need bullet points, right, to identify what you've done in that role. So here, what I'd like to do is you definitely you list the company first, then you list the role. I don't necessarily want you to put like which department you were in because it really doesn't matter. And then your text has to be the same. So what I'm going to try to do is copy the format and make sure that the text font is listed as the same. And then business analysts involved in implementing SaaS solution for more insurance claims processed by customizing it to the organization's need based on its product and so here, I would love to see involved. So you could say something to this effect. Partner with stakeholders to implement SaaS solution. Now here you need to list the name. Because if it is a SaaS solution, Chances are that other companies are also looking. That's also chances are that other companies are looking to implement that solution too. So by putting the name of the solution that you've helped configure, helps you stand out and creates again more credibility that you want on your resume. So partner with stakeholders to implement that solution. List the name, not the same name of the software for a motor insurance claims processing by customizing it to the organization's needs. So here I would just say by customizing it to do X, Y, and Z. So think about the top three things that you guys were trying to solve for and list those out because again, it creates credibility in not only you configuring a SaaS solution, but also what did you focus on? Did you focus on increasing sales? Did you focus on making, having the claims process faster? Did you focus on, what is it that you guys were trying to implement with the SaaS solution? So I want you to list that out, okay? And then additional, and I think you don't even need to say that. You need to now start bullet pointing out. What did you do? So enabling, so I would get rid of this. I'll just cross it out. I don't want to get rid of your text here. So here, it looks like you're trying to use some of these for your bullets. So I'll copy this here. So again, the other thing that I see a lot of time is, you guys will say such and such time to present, but then when you're listing your bullets, it's in the past tense, so that can't be true. So if you're still there, and I know sometimes it's like, well, I used or I gathered the requirements for that particular project. I don't gather requirements right now. It doesn't matter. You still need to make sure that you're grammatically correct, right? If you're still working there, you're going to say, gather or lead requirement solicitation methods to gather information, to analyze and ensure they align with business goals, create functional and technical specifications, facilitate, and you need to fix this here to remove some of this white space. I don't know how to do that in Google Docs, but you can figure it out. Define test scripts, test cases, and collaborated with QA teams to ensure thorough testing and address any issues. Okay. Let me see. So we covered all of that here. So what I'm gonna recommend here is you were there from May 2024 to so about a little bit over a year. You need to add a few more bullet points here. I'm gonna send you the template that I'm going to share a template with you that'll help you think of some other bullet points to add here to make it seem like, you're working, not seem, but to think about some of the things that you may have worked on, but you're not thinking about adding on here, especially related to the SaaS types of projects. So I'll send that to you and you can use that to add some more bullet points. Here again, I would follow the same format, get rid of some white space here. And then you're going to do the same here. You first will list the company. It looks like this is the company name, so that will go first. Oops. And then make sure we're using the same font right here. We're going to get rid of this. And then here you're going to list, like I'm just making this up, June 2020 to June 2020. So something like that. And then you're going to follow the same concept. Here you're going to list a summary and then Looks like you've done a good job of listing this. You don't need to list that here. Involved in developing a web portal for organizations seller that facilitates. Okay, it looks okay. So here, because it's in the past, now you need to put this in the present, in the past tense, analyzed. So grammar is pretty important, you guys, as a business analyst or Scrum Master, test program development. Your grammar matters, and so put your best foot forward by making sure that your grammar's on, right? So you don't want to not let your interview because your grammar on your resume is wrong. You don't need to list that you were working there part-time. Producer, make sure your dates are aligned, like the font and the size throughout your resume is consistent. And then, so it looks like you did Vision Australia and then some business analysts. So if there was like some business analyst stuff, I would honestly just get rid of this because it's not relevant to what you're trying to do, right? You want to highlight your business analyst role and experience, and so I would just get rid of anything that causes confusion and then follow the same format where you're providing a summary of the position and then just some bullet points, okay? That's what I would recommend. Here, you could leave it, but try to consolidate this in 1 to 2 sentences. If it's not BA related or adding to your skill set, it doesn't belong there. Your education is fine. Technical skills, if you want to list this, I would definitely list this up here on the beginning part over here before your professional certifications to kind of stack your certifications along with, your technical skills. So I'll copy that there, and we'll get rid of this. And then again, in the template that I'm going to send you, you can use some of those things because more than often, oops, we have that skill set and we're using that, but we just don't sometimes think about putting those things on our resume that can help, your resume stand out a little bit. So I think you're off to a great start. Use the template and incorporate some of this feedback, and then you should be fine. Okay, let me know if you have any questions.